long as I get paid. Good morning, people. Top of the morning. Hope y'all feeling blessed today, because I am. Feeling blessed and highly favored today, man. It's a beautiful day. Nice day. Yeah. I had a very long day yesterday, man. I know y'all paying attention to social media, you know, and all events that transpired. I ain't gonna get too in depth with everything, but what I will say is that I had a conversation with Jay Prince yesterday, man. Like men, like honorable men. You know, we had a real conversation. You know what I'm saying? And we talked like men. He clarified his position, which I from the jump I was pretty much aware of what his position was, you know. And his whole thing was about unity. You know, a lot of times when shit going on, you know, there's a lot of real shit going on. You know, when there's real shit going on, sometimes social media is a gift and a curse, because social media allows you to be able to speak to people immediately, but then it also allows you to allow your emotions and your anger or whatever to immediately let you say what you want to say at the same time. So you dealing with, oh, nigga said this and that. Sometimes you utilize social media that way. And I think, you know, that was one of those moments what happened with the big homie Jay Prince. I think his intentions was right, and his anger was founded, and his, you know, his disrespect. Niggas took something from somebody that belonged to him, whoever it was, or allegedly, you know, and he was feeling some type of way. And I get it. Nigga felt some type of way, you know. So his immediate response is to express it and talk about it. So I just think that the way, you know, his intentions was probably, I just think it was just the execution just wasn't as it should be. And we had a conversation about that, and for the most part he agreed, you know. But he said at no point was it about disrespecting anybody other than who the people he felt violated him. You know, everybody else that he tagged in there, you know, was out of people that he felt he had respect for. And I just explained to him how it can be viewed publicly. Publicly, when you see threats and you hear, you know, language that's matter-of-factly, and then people are talking about people need to handle this or this is going to get done, and then you tag certain people, you know, people can misconstrue a message. You know, and so, you know, we was on the same page, man. But like I said before, I got nothing but respect for him. You know, he's been stellar. His reputation precedes him. All that I know, everybody that I know, the official dudes that I know, have all said the same thing. We've never actually met, but, you know, we have a lot of ties and people who are connected to each other, who've done nothing but vouch for him. You know, so, you know, and that conversation didn't take anything from that. It only added to that, you know. So based on that, you know, we had a conversation, you know, and, you know, we working to try to figure this out, man. The whole situation itself is just unfortunate, man. And the shit that goes down in the streets. These young dudes in the street, like, we got this new thing called clout chasing that's really dangerous. And that's why when niggas attribute that shit to me, like, I don't clout chase. I address situations. And if I utilize social media, it's because that's where it started. I never used social media to address no shit that happens in the streets. If something happened with me in the street, then I see that man on the street, or I got his phone number, and we had a conversation, or we handle it however that was. But I use social media to address shit that happens on social media. You know, and that's how I have, you know. I'm just, that's how, yes, we had a conversation, and he said that, I explained to him, I said, yo, the message that you put out to the world was inappropriate because it made it seem like we was being threatened or pressed to do something, and, I said, so in good faith, us moving forward, I think that for the clarification needs to be put on the same platform, and he agreed. So I don't know exactly when, but that's what the man said to me. He gave me his word as a man that that's how he was going to proceed with that, and we move forward, man, and hopefully the whole situation can be rectified shortly, hopefully it can, but like I said, this whole situation itself is messed up. These young kids is doing a lot of shit. It's not really, we did the same shit when we was young. We wanted to be tough and this and that, but when you looking at it and you know the outcome of this shit, when you've been a part of this shit before and you looking and you like, damn, this shit only can end one of two ways. Jail or dead. Like, you can't cut nobody, you can't rob people and nobody get, and then it becomes a coast war. It becomes the Midwest against us, and it's like, that shit don't even be worth it, because I got a lot of dudes in the Midwest that I fuck with, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of dudes in the Midwest fuck with me, so I never want to make it seem like it's anything to do with where we from. I fuck with official dudes worldwide, Yeah, we did stay off camera, but we wanted our reputation to precede us. We didn't put it on camera, so that's the difference in it. But we definitely wanted the streets to talk and say, yo, them dudes put in work, and that dude is official, and run up on certain dudes and carry it a certain way. But I think it was more respectful in the manner that we did it. But by the same means, we did shit that the older dudes thought that we was stupid for doing too. But when I look at this situation, I don't see any way that there's a good outcome. There's egos involved. These young dudes is making themselves a target. Like, that's the one thing I realized when you're young. When you visible, you become a target. When you got beef with niggas, and only person they know who look like is you, that's the dumbest shit you can ever have. You can't make yourself a target to the world. You know what I'm saying? And it's be like, when I watch this shit, I'm like, yo, who is advising these people? Where they getting this advice from, man? Who's telling them, yo, you know what I'm saying, you need to be doing this? These young niggas is really clout chasing, for a chain and some video views. Now, you in the video views, your name is known, you the face of the problem. You beefing with niggas that got more money than you, more reach than you, and you made yourself a target. The enemy can hit you any way they want to. They can send a nigga that don't got nothing to do something to you just because they ain't got nothing. Then you can't go move certain places. It's like, I just don't get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here trying to get it, and I'm like, this shit right here ain't gonna work out good for nobody. Fortunately for me, I understand this shit. And unfortunately for me, I understand it also. So, because now that's one of the things when you curse with knowledge, shit is painful. Watching niggas make dumb mistakes. I just found out one of the dudes got locked up today. But what do you think is gonna happen? Person got his face cut. There's a robbery on camera. There's an assault on camera. Like, What do we think is gonna happen? What do we think is the outcome of this? How do we expect it to end? You know, look, what we think is gonna come from this, man. You know, so that's definitely one thing that OG J Prince said that was real. Like, you know, we can't allow shit like this to muddy the waters and keep us because we seen that happen with Big and Pac. We seen how shit can get divided. You know, and I don't have the energy or the will to be beefing with niggas that look like me over nothing, over trying to get some attention, over some rap shit. You know what I'm saying? That ain't even the time I'm on. You know, I'm not even on that time. So, you know, my goal is ultimately to handle it accordingly, man. Hopefully we get some resolution. But this ain't my beef. I ain't beefing with niggas. You know what I'm saying? All I could do is be an advisory. Hopefully a nigga listen to me and say, yo, that shit ain't even worth it. You did what you did. It's over. Move past it. You know? But unfortunately, we are drawn to negativity. And niggas gonna pay attention. Yeah, niggas just seatbelt, man. I don't get seatbelt tickets. I don't really get them. But, yeah, exactly. They took the neighbor out the hood. You know? But the bottom line is, you know, we gotta just be smarter, man. We gotta move a lot smarter. Way smarter than we moving, man. So, hopefully, somebody need to hear this morning, man. Work smarter, not harder. I'm out here doing God's work. I can't be connected to sucker shit, man. I just can't allow my life to be connected to shit that don't make sense. You know? I can't allow my life to be connected to shit that don't make sense. And neither should you, man. Neither should you, man. If you're an older nigga and you listening to me, man, advise these young niggas properly. Don't mislead them, man. You know, please don't mislead these kids, man. Give them an opportunity. Give them an opportunity to be better than we was, man. Don't have them making the same shit, doing the same shit we did. Ain't nothing honorable about that. Nothing at all. Especially making the same mistakes we made. Our goal should always be that our youngins don't repeat our mistakes. And if they do, then we failed them. Of course you're supposed to have security force. And the security means that you protect yourself. You're supposed to protect your life with your life. But just to engage in harm in somebody else because you feel you can overpower them or just to show that you're stronger than them is weak. Just to engage in harm to show some level of dominance is weak. Especially when somebody already knows that they're weaker than you. When you engaging with somebody that's a worthy adversary, someone who is participating in what you participating in, that's a whole different league there. You know? But we gotta do better, man. This whole situation for me is like, what? I'm watching the news. Shit is all over the news, and I know these young niggas. They following the 6ix9ine motto. They looked and said, yo, look, 6ix9ine got paid. He was trolling, telling niggas to suck his SMD, beefing with niggas. But what you realize is that 6ix9ine never harmed nobody. You see what the difference was? 6ix9ine was just talking. So he was having conversations with gangster niggas, but nobody got harmed. You know what I'm saying? Once you start engaging in harm with somebody, now you have enemies. When you just engaging in words with a nigga, you know, that's at some point you realize the dude is just talking, and you like, this person ain't a threat. They just talking. They just doing this shit for the internet, and that's what happened in 6ix9ine case. 6ix9ine was talking and never was nobody getting hurt or whatever. So niggas like, they just talking. Whatever. He just want to make niggas pay attention and say we got beef, but it ain't no real beef. The difference is when you start to actually harm somebody. When you do physical harm to somebody, that's what it turns into a whole nother thing. Now I'm starting my organization, Raising Kings. Like, we doing everything. We doing rite of passage. We doing mentorship, having conversations with the kids, building with them, let them teach us. The thing is, I learn from the youth every day. I'm never too grown to learn. I never know too much to learn. You know? We're just watching this whole situation, and it's like, and the sad part about this shit, right, is that the youth have no respect for the elders. None. You know what I'm saying? The youth don't have any respect for the elders. Like, they have none. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where it happened at, but I know that it happened. And I know it's so unfortunate that that's the reality. And it's unfortunate because it's a two-pronged problem. It's unfortunate because now there's the gap to where they don't even take the education that the elders have. And then it's a gap because the miscommunication and the egos that involved in those two situations. So what happens is you have someone who has experience versus someone who has just pure energy, right? You have someone who knows the outcomes of things and very strategically plans to do something. Then you have someone who just has no knowledge, so the fear of consequences of anything disappears. So you have two very dangerous individuals. You know? And in that case, that's a recipe for nothing but destruction. Because I know, as somebody who is older and more mature, the way that I see disrespect is different. You know what I'm saying? The way that I handle disrespect is different. It's strategic, but it's needed. It's like, all right, cool. Word, all right. I'm not. Now there's this thing where I understand once you don't respect me, because, you know, once you don't respect me, then everything, especially when everything you have is built on respect. You know, when everything that you have is built on respect, and somebody challenges that, you feel like your existence is in challenge. So you put somebody's back against the wall. You know, If you don't know what I'm talking about, then don't listen. It ain't for you. It's a lot of people that get it. I ain't never been paranoid, nigga. I'm just careful. Paranoid is different. I made it this long, and still here. Most of the niggas that I grew up with and was locked up, got scars on their face, got bullet wounds. I ain't got none of that, and it's for a reason. You know, it's for a reason. Cause I knew how to move. When you know how to move, a lot of times shit don't happen. I always knew how to move. You know, at the end of the day, you're right. We don't condone it either, but the reality of the situation is, in every situation, sometimes a real nigga make a mistake. Sometimes a real nigga make a mistake. What you gotta do is look at a nigga body of work in totality. You gotta look at a nigga character and everything in totality, and then make a full assessment. Sometimes a real nigga make a fake nigga move, and you gotta check him, or he gotta check himself and be like, damn, well, that was some whack shit. I shouldn't have did that. That's part of life. Checking a nigga like, yo, my nigga, you know what you just? Nigga like, oh yeah, you right. That's how you move. That's how you grow. That's how you build. Bottom line is, that's all niggas do now is front for the gram. Everything is about front for the gram. That's what it's all about. Yeah, because you don't know. I tell niggas this all the time. You don't know you're not a real nigga until you actually meet a real nigga. You don't know you're not tough until you really meet somebody that's tough. That's what happens on the internet. These niggas get a picture of what tough is. You know, they say, yo, I'm tough because I can say all the words that sound tough. I can make the faces. You know, I can look mad gangster. Like, I'm tough, my nigga. I got it all figured out. I know exactly how to look and sound tough. So that means I'm tough. So they don't know that there's action steps that come with toughness and being quote unquote real. They don't know that there are consequences that come with that. So when these action steps and the consequences that come with the toughness actually happen, people be like, damn, I'm not really as tough as, like, 6ix9ine was gangster. Nigga was saying he could tell you to suck his dick 1,000,000 times, man. He probably said, suck my dick better than anybody I probably ever heard. Like, he said it like it was the toughest shit in the world. He could sell you wolf tickets. He could talk all the gangster shit. Yo, he had the lingo down pat. You know what I'm saying? He had the lingo down pat. And then what happened? When you actually have to do something that requires toughness, they can be like, damn, I'm not really built for this. I knew how to practice. It's like a lot of niggas when I used to play basketball. They used to say, yeah, the layup line nigga or the practice dude. There was niggas that was dumb nice in practice. Or you see a nigga on the layup line, he got the best shorts. He know how to finger roll it the best. His sneakers, his socks, all that shit, nigga had a good shape up. Threw it through his legs, behind his back. You know, this nigga nice. He get in the game, nigga be trash. Nigga be trash, and that's what happened with the streets. There's a lot of niggas that practice for the streets. They in their mirror, they make their tough face. They ice grilling niggas. They know how to tweet tough. They say the toughest shit in the world. Then there's a situation where the toughness is required. They don't have it, man. They just don't have what it takes to be tough. But they don't find that out until they find that out. So, long story short, man, live your life with honor, man. Be who you are. Don't try to perpetrate no fraud. Don't try to be somebody else. Don't try to be who somebody wants you to be. Be yourself, man. This clout chasing shit, that shit gonna run out. It's gonna run out. Don't make yourself a target for some shit that's gonna run out on the gram. Don't make temporary decisions that's gonna affect you permanently.